Hey everybody, it's Robbie here with a short little tutorial of how to make marshmallow fondant. What you're going to need is basically two ingredients, so it's pretty simple. You're going to need some marshmallow fluff and some confectioner's sugar. This is the way that I've learned how to make it. I know a lot of people will actually take marshmallows and melt them. I've honestly never tried it that way. This seems like it's just much easier. Instead of having to melt the marshmallows and get them all fluffy, it's pretty much done for you. So what we're going to start off with is some confectioner's sugar. And there's many ways that you can do this as far as like technique, but this is just the way that I've done it. And this is the way that just works best for me, I guess you could say. I don't really have any specific measurements. I basically just add the two together until I get the right consistency. But usually what I do is I start off with the confectioner's sugar first on the bottom, so it helps to keep the marshmallow fluff from just sticking right off the bat to the bowl. And then what I'll do is I'll add this whole tub. And you know, it depends on how much fondant you're trying to make as far as how much marshmallow fluff. But this whole tub, and this is 16 ounces, a pound of marshmallow fluff, seems to make quite a bit of fondant. So I'll just empty that here into the bowl. Now that I have all of that marshmallow fluff in there, I'm going to go ahead and add some more confectioner's sugar just to the top so that when I start mixing it, it's not as sticky. So at this point, you can add, you can put Crisco on your hands, shortening on your hands, but it's just personal preference. For me, it doesn't really even do anything. It helps keep it from sticking at first, but then it just, the marshmallow is just gonna, you know, eventually stick to your hands. So I just kind of will play with it and kind of work it together and toss it a little bit to try to get it coated real good with that confectioner's sugar. And you basically just keep doing this until you get that confectioner's sugar incorporated into the marshmallow fluff. So like I said, it's pretty darn easy. Now if you wanted to add color, you could always add it at the beginning or at the end. Like I said, there's no really there's no rules. Now what I'm going to do is the cake I'm making with this is going to be a zebra cake. So a lot of the fondant I'm going to be using is going to be white. So I'm just going to make it white right now, and then I'll pull off chunks of the fondant. Mommy. Yes, baby. I'll pull off chunks of the fondant later and color it. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I will check back with you guys in a second here. Okay, so I've finished kneading the fondant, and this is basically I guess the consistency, excuse me, I can't talk today, that you want is I guess similar to like Play-Doh, maybe not as hard or thick. I don't know if you could see this very well, but yeah, this is kind of like the consistency that you want. You don't want to overdo it and put too much confectioner's sugar, because what's going to happen is it's going to dry out and you're going to get like wrinkles. They call it elephant skin, all that stuff. So you don't want to do that. So just be careful you don't put too much confectioner's sugar. If you do make that mistake and you get it too dry, what you could do is you could probably add a little bit of Crisco, or just add more marshmallow fluff. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use this right this second. So you don't want to leave your fondant, you don't want to leave it out. Especially if you know you're not going to use it right away. You want to make sure you wrap it up really good in like a plastic wrap. And if I'm going to use it like I am today, what I'm going to do is I just set it on the counter, wrapped up really good. Because fondant, you know, yes, it does take a while to dry out if you're using it like for decorations and stuff, but it will dry out if you're not using it. So just make sure you have it wrapped up really good in some plastic wrap. And for a reference, if it helps any, like I said, there's really no measurement that I have, but like I said, that was 1 full tub of marshmallow fluff. That's what made this, and which was 16 ounces, I believe. Yeah, 16 ounces, I believe. And I used almost an entire bag of confectioner's sugar, which is 32 ounces. So if you can see there, I've only got about a quarter of a bag left. So, and then what's obviously left in the bowl. But yeah, so that's it. It's pretty simple. That's the way I make marshmallow, or not marshmallow, that's the way I make my fondant. Sorry, I cannot speak today. I don't know what's wrong, but that's how I make my fondant, just with marshmallow fluff. That way it's just no worrying about melting marshmallows or anything like that. It's just done. So this is what I have. Like I said, this is what it made here. I think actually for the cake I'm getting ready to make, I'm going to make a little bit more, because this is fine for the cake, but I am going to have a couple of little decorations and embellishments here and there, so I do think I need to make a little bit more. But that is it. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I hope this may have helped some people out there that were curious about making fondant. So it is easy, so don't be scared to try it. I will talk to you guys later.